This is our club, not yours. Do us all a favour. Pack up and get out of our club.
There needs to be reform and the game needs to be given back to the fans.
I'm worried a little bit about it. I'm worried about what's going to happen.
Football is for the fans and it always will be.
For a hectic week in football where the European Super League has dominated headlines, on Monday we were at Elland Road to see the Leeds fans and many other fans as well protesting against the European Super League. Just Tuesday, the day after, the plans were announced that they were being abolished, and now today, on the Saturday, we're at Old Trafford to see what the fans think of the Glazers owning Manchester United and their involvement in the European Super League. The Glazers came out, Joe Glazer did apologise to the fans, but was it enough for a fan base that has always had troubles with the club's ownership model? So we're going to go to Old Trafford, we're going to see how the fans feel, and as you can see, it's building up already ahead of a 3 o'clock protest. But how do the fans actually feel about the Glazers? How do they feel about how their club is being run? And the fans today are going to have their say.
So to be honest, that was absolutely none of their business. So they, from America, have no idea about the English game. They bought our club how many years ago and they tried to turn it into soccer. So this is the only time that I would ever like a Dejan Lovren tweet. And he said, this is the day that football turns to soccer. And that's what the Glazers tried to do to our club. They took a football club and tried to turn it into soccer for the cash injectment, and it wasn't their right to do so. So all they see this is a business and not a football club. And you can see the fucking passion what is built on this club, and they disrespect that completely, and that is not their club to do that to.
First your brother comes out and says sorry, then you swan off to Florida with 16 million of our money, by the way, our money, the club's money, the fans' money, right, to pay for your stupid bedroom, your bed sit, and you used to apologise to the fans. Who do you think you are? Why don't you be a man, come down here and face us, you coward?
I think it was disgraceful because it is their club, they may own it, but the fans own it more. We're more of a family joined together. It was built off working class people, so they didn't have the authority to really do that with us. And I think it was a bit shithouse from them because they just didn't tell anyone, they just did it. So I don't agree with the view that they went for, and I think they're a disgrace.
As someone who's grown up in the city, all my life, it's disappointing to see the biggest club in England, go against the fans and join the Super League without consulting anyone. Not the manager, not the fans, not the players. I think it's quite disrespectful to not only the club but the rest of the English football pyramid. And it's disappointing to see that such a huge club would go ahead and do this. These clubs are businesses essentially in today's game, and the fans are nothing more than extra money in the club's pockets, well, the owners' pockets, and it's really disgusting to see the the gentrification and the capitalism within football. It's disappointing to see.
Well, people don't realise, as I said since '74, that we were brought up on Martin Buchan, Gordon Hill, Stevie Coppell. You won't remember these names. Then Stuart Pearson. Then we've got Kanchelskis, Giggs, Cantona, and football in the 70s and 80s wasn't about money. It was about supporting your team. We used to go and take 15,000 away to Stoke City on a Thursday night, and there was no money involved then. It was cheap, £1.10 to get in the Stretford end. £1.10, imagine, to get into the Stretford end. And now it has changed. It is all about the money for every club, and maybe United were the leaders of this ELSL group as regards the club's concerned, but maybe the supporters will be the leaders of the 50+1 model to make sure it gets brought back to the fans. And we give, there's meant to be 5 billion going to 20% of the revenue to support to the charities and further down the leagues. I don't think there's less than 5% goes to the lower leagues and grassroots clubs. That's really, really important, especially in Manchester. Whether you're City, United, Liverpool, Everton, Leeds, doesn't matter. There's got to be more money going down to the grassroots.
I'm sorry, Glazers out, everyone we're out. They've ruined this club. You've sunk it. Like the Titanic. It's bottom of the ocean now in half. That's where United are. Look at that. We see the state of United. Look at all the United fans. You've pissed off on Sunday night and today. You pissed us all off. And I think you're a bloody disgrace. It's disgusting. This is our club, not yours. Do us all a favour. Pack up and get out of our club.
This means everything. Everyone together celebrating this.
Yeah.
Just because they're billionaires, fine. Well done, you're a billionaire. Congratulations on that. But that means jack shit when you're here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you see everyone together. It means a lot more. Football means everything to us.
Exactly. So
Everything.
week in, week out, we see rivalries. Man United versus Liverpool, Man United versus City, Liverpool Everton. Okay, rivalries all over the country. Okay, but this is the one time in my lifetime that I've seen unity. A unity against the greedy twats that own these football clubs. Unity against the twats who are trying to sell this to the American owners who love soccer, who want to just have cash in their back pocket, but they don't understand that this is football and not their fucking piggy bank. And that's why so many people have gathered here today, and that's why the Super League has absolutely failed, because we have a voice. Unfortunately for them, we have a voice, and we will not quit until we have our fucking game back.
They're taking it away from the working class people. They're just trying to make it about money, whereas football means everything to everyone in England. It's there for everyone. They want to make sure that they're always watching it, or like they're keeping up with the team. But why would you want to keep up with a team that betrays you?
Well, I'm not a United fan, I am a Liverpool fan.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. I was up at Anfield earlier today. It was shocking. They don't really have much against FSG, which is sad to see as a Liverpool fan. But it's good to see that fans are coming together. I've seen Arsenal fans, against it, and they had the most to gain from it. Their club's in shambles at the minute, and being in a Champions League essentially every year for them would have been great. But it's disappointing to see that the two biggest clubs in England would go against their fans like this and enter this. And I think the Glazers need to be out, FSG need to be out, all the American owners in English football need to be out, unless they're going to show that they can run the clubs properly and respectfully.
Well, it's not the first time. A lot of people will know prior, I think they've been here since 2003, but it's been talked about for 15, 20 years. So I'm not surprised. I think the way that they've done it was an absolute calamity from a PR point of view. There's nothing wrong, especially as the Champions League's just been revamped. So I couldn't understand it. But it seemed like the Premier League clubs and the Premier League was bailing out Real Madrid and Barcelona, because they're in trouble. Real Madrid are redeveloping their ground, Barcelona owe 100 odd million, and then the English club seems to follow with United. There's never ever going to be a closed league. Why would anybody want to have a closed league? So it's been on the cards a while, and disappointed. I think 2009, 10, when the Glazers original came in and FC United started, that was the start of the new fan leaving, and I think it's probably on a downward trend since 09, 10 really, for me anyway.
Where do you think fans rank within football clubs, and more importantly, where do fans rank in terms of the money in football? Are fans just seen as customers?
Currently they definitely are. I'm a legacy fan apparently. So a legacy fan, imagine, 45 years I've been a supporter of football, and before now I was supporting non-league and I go around non-league grounds, but that's what we're called, a legacy fan. Some of the other supporters around the country are what we call spectators. United, Liverpool, the proper clubs, they have proper fans. They've been going home and away for years, and you can't stop that and forget that, otherwise the youngsters don't come through. Yes, it's changed, there's more social media now, there's more highlights, and people don't watch 90 minutes, and there's a subscription model on TV, but if you don't get people in the ground, the players aren't going to be as interested. And yeah, the money's important, but what about the next generation and the next generation? So that's the most important thing. That's why I'm here, is for the next generation, not necessarily me.
Do you want to see reform? Do you want to see a Bundesliga model 50+1?
Yeah, I believe fans having control in their clubs is important, and it will stop situations like this where, you see all the people behind us, they want their owners out of the club. There needs to be reform, and the game needs to be given back to the fans.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, we've got to renew our season tickets currently, so I'm thinking about whether to do some sort of a protest myself, whether to buy it and not turn up, or depends on how things go here. Football, unless it changes, we are on a rocky road to make a downward trend towards just money, and we don't want that. So in 10 years' time, we want the youngsters to be talking about football, playing football, and I'm worried a little bit about it. I'm worried about what's going to happen. Is it going to change? I hope so. I really hope so, but I'm not so sure.
So that is the end of our video here outside Old Trafford. You can just see how many people have turned up. Fans from all clubs to protest against the greed and the money that is taking over football, and Manchester United fans in general in regards to the ownership of their club and the Glazer family's involvement as well. It's clear to see they want the owners to sell, and they want Manchester United to become their club again. It's interesting to see that many favour the 50+1 model as well. Is that the way that we need to go within English football to maybe reclaim a little bit of fan unity and fan involvement in football that has long been taken away from every single fan and every single match-going fan as well? As we've seen for the past week, it's been pretty much disgusting to see what has happened and to see how disgusted it has made every single football fan. But you can see it's awoken a sleeping giant, and every single fan here, especially from what we've seen, appears to be unified, and it seems to be the general consensus throughout the footballing community as well. So thank you to everyone who has watched this video, and have your say on the ESL. Make your voice heard. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and we'll see you next time.